What's up, people? Welcome to another live stream. How you doing? Smash that like button for me. So, Foodie Beauty says my healthy chicken pot pie, and I'm thinking this chicken pot pie is pretty huge. And is it gonna be a detriment to people in diabetes? Surprisingly, I looked it up, and on diabetesstrong.com, it actually does say that chicken pot pie is diabetic friendly and it still has that rich, creamy stew we all love. Then I looked it up on healthyfood.com and it says, yeah, it's high in fiber, very delicious, and diabetes friendly. So all these sites are actually reporting that chicken pot pie is diabetic friendly. Even recipes.net is saying that it's hearty yet safe for those who are conscious of their sugar and sodium intake, which you would be if you are a diabetic. So I actually wouldn't have necessarily thought that, but that's why you got to look stuff up because I'm kind of surprised, but hey, we shall. I haven't seen this. We're gonna get into it. Give me a second here. I sense a wonder. What's up, Nikki D. Dot MNF Wig, Mrs. Carlet, Linda R. You need a breath mint. Dot M69 Nola Boo. Just I JC, Miss Misery. What's going on? J Herod, Katrina C. Highlight Groceries. Charlie's mom. Vanessa, Sense a Wonder, Kitra. We also have Steffi B. Vanny Joe. But a whole pie, that pie was in a huge, that is huge. I mean, look at that. That is huge, just like in this huge casserole pot, right? I'm like, holy crap, that is a huge pie. Because typically, if I'm gonna get a pie, I would get like I don't know, like even a large pie wouldn't be the size that is like 4 to 5 huge pies. Anyways, we're gonna take a look at this. You guys tell me. Yeah, that portion is Thanksgiving size. It's like what you would share with an entire ass family. You're right. It's literally Thanksgiving size. But anyways, like I said, I actually looked it up. It's diabetic friendly. I'm actually surprised. I wouldn't necessarily think it would be, but all these sites report the same thing. People with diabetes, it's good for you. Chicken pot pie, hubcap pie. It's all cheese. Let's see what ingredients she uses because that will either make or break. But let's go. She made the crust with oil. Really? Okay, I'm gonna have to take a look at this because, like I said, this is my first time watching this. So let's go.
Hello, guys. Hello. I'm super hungry, so I'm going to say Bismillah and dig right in. Okay? Yes. Oh my gosh.
Well,
Look
she
at this
already was
crust
digging
here.
in.
As you can see, I'm eating hot pie. Look at the chicken. Mm. I need to open a restaurant. I
That
make the
is a
best pot pie.
huge. That is a huge pie. Wow. I guess she hungry.
Now, my pie crust is made with oil, not butter, not lard.
Okay, with oil.
And whole wheat flour. Super flaky. Mm. And I'm eating out of the dish because I just feel like it. Beauty bite.
Of course, we know
So
salad
there's
isn't gonna
chicken
eat.
thighs, corn, beans, like green beans, carrots. Oh,
Facts, you need a.
my homemade gravy.
Well, she's doing it.
I'm not gonna eat this whole thing. Don't worry. And I made my own
What is
pickled
that?
cabbage.
All right, so she pickling cabbages. Let me remove myself. Give you guys a better view. That is a lot of pickled cabbages, but okay, sure. I like to make an observation. She couldn't help herself but dig into her chicken pot pie before she even turned on the video. That kind of tells you a lot. Just saying. She's looking more jaundiced.
So the trick is,
Guess
guys,
so.
do not throw out your leftover pickle juice, okay? I added cabbage, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit more vinegar, and a bit of honey.
It is family size. It is.
It's been in there about 30 hours. Oh, and garlic. It's delicious. Wow. Hi.
All right, I just looked it up. It does say overall that pickled cabbage is actually good for diabetics. Okay, so I guess she did do her research. If by, I don't think it's by happenstance that she's doing pickled cabbages. They say that the red cabbage is actually really, really good if you pickle it because red cabbage contains anthocyanins, which will decrease sugar levels and increases natural insulin production. So if she was going to pickle anything, it would be better to pickle the red cabbage. But just the regular cabbage overall still has a lot of strong benefits for diabetics. So Sandra, what's up? We got Twinkle Toes. How you doing?
It's so good. Mmm. So my gravy essentially milk, water, chicken stock, the chicken drippings from the legs, um, salt, pepper, onion powder, 7 spice, a bit of Parmesan, Worcestershire sauce.
Hmm. Why can't she plate her
And there's
food?
so much chicken and black pepper.
It's actually pretty telling when she doesn't plate her food. It just tells you everything is for her. Like this whole casserole pot full of pie is literally for her. The whole bowl, jug, jar of pickled cabbage is for her. Like Salah is not gonna get into any of this stuff. This is literally all for her.
Not that salty. Mm.
All right, Kitra says I pickle and jar all kinds of veggies, ferment too. I'm obsessed, but you have to be careful and know what you're doing, or you can easily poison yourself. Avoidable with proper research. What are certain things, Kitra, that you can easily poison yourself with if you're gonna pickle some sort of vegetables? Could you please tell me? Could you elaborate since it's your specialty?
There was already a huge chunk missing. That was my husband's.
Really? So he had some pickled pot. What am I saying? Pickled pot pie. So okay, so Sella had some of her pot pie. Do I believe that? I don't know. Maybe
Portion.
there's trouble in paradise.
Now, when I was, I'm always used to eating those like Swanson TV dinners. You know the ones I'm talking about, the frozen ones that are like cardboard. They're pretty good though.
Thank you, Charlie's mom. Appreciate you.
Mm.
Charlie's mom, do you have Twitter or Instagram? If you do, send me a message.
My new favorite thing is pickled cabbage. Um, the whole wheat flour doesn't taste much different than the other one, than regular white flour. And it has a lot more fiber and nutritional benefit. But this gravy is so creamy. Oh,
Is that a serving spoon? Probably is.
it also has a bit of flour and butter for the roux.
Yeah, that's definitely a serving spoon by the size of that thing. Look at that.
That's about it. Man, this cabbage. Hi. My cat's just staring at me like, what are you eating? Whoops. I'm gonna put it here.
I see. So the pickled eggs is a huge concern because you could off yourself with those. So you're saying that when you pickle the eggs, those need to be cooked and stored in airtight jars that have been sterilized by boiling. Yeah, makes sense. You don't want a breeding ground for all types of stuff.
So I used to eat the Swanson's dinners. The Swanson pot pies. They're like $1. They used to be like $1. Now with inflation, they're like $2.50 or something. I'm not paying that. I'll just make my own pot pie.
Don't you love that she just digs her fingers into her pickled cabbage? I mean, she's adding other stuff to it, isn't she? What's up,
The
Jimmy
crust turned out
Cats?
so good. I'll never use another crust recipe.
What's my favorite number? 69, right way.
Never. I did so much walking today.
You wanted to make a pot pie highlight groceries? What making a pot pie shouldn't be like too complicated, is it?
My stamina is insane. I love it.
Hey, Sarili, what's up?
The more you do, the more you can. It's 100% true.
She gave up on cooking show. Yeah, like if she's doing this, shouldn't she have put this on video? Because she did say when she was gonna go back to Kuwait, she was doing all this cooking. Am I hearing cats?
True.
Yes, I heard cats in the background. ACCP, what's going on?
I think I'll have to freeze some. Or just eat it like over the next few days.
You've made homemade chicken
There's
pot pie.
no bottom crust. It's just top. And the
Hers seems like pretty dry, and yeah, she doesn't have a bottom crust. Like I mean, it doesn't. I don't know. Hers is a very thick. Like usually, I kind of I don't know, like a little bit more liquid in there. You guys know what I mean?
vegetables and chicken on the bottom.
But she doesn't have a bottom crust. Demolished by tomorrow night. I think she's gonna finish this off in hours.
It's so good. I wanted to film it, but we got home later than I thought. It was pretty much already dinner time by the time we got home, and I still had to like make everything from scratch. But first, I had to clean the kitchen, clean the dishes from the last time I cooked my previous meal, and
Hey Nicole, what's up?
I just did everything super fast. If I had filmed it, I would have had to get dressed. Like, I mean, I would have had to stay dressed. I could eat the whole jar, but I'm not going to. Self-restraint. Not something I'm very familiar with, but I gotta learn.
No worries,
Right,
Kitra.
baby Yen? All right. Let's see this crispy crust here. Huge
Those
chunks of chicken. Yum. Mm.
those cabbages are pretty much done. Those pickled ones. I don't believe in any self-restraint when it comes to foodie.
So flaky. Mm. Mm.
Is that what she means? She cooks. She just takes off her stuff. I wonder how long her hair is, because we did see a little bit of her hair, a couple inches long, a couple months ago. I think it was like maybe 3 months ago.
Fortunately, well, you're probably thinking, no, it's not a good thing. I'm a fat girl who can cook when I want to. Ow. Mm.
All right, so I had named this stream something else before, but I changed it after I saw the size of this chicken pot pie. This is a mega pot pie, and like I said before, I did look up both things: the pickled cabbage and this pot pie, and several sites are reporting, and these are verified and documented sites that have credible information that chicken pot pie as well as pickled cabbage is are both diabetic friendly. Steffi B says she can cook. Once before, a lot of people thought Foodie Beauty was a very good cook based on her videos of her preparing like cakes and different types of meals. And then the live streams began, and that's where a lot of people started to understand that Foodie Beauty wasn't really that great of a cook. She's trying to unalive herself. Yeah, well, serving size is a huge factor, right? As well as switching out certain ingredients. Like she said, she used oil and whatnot, whatever she used for the crust. How did she go about pickling her cabbage? Those are actually pretty significant factors that might not look like much, but when you put two and two together, it might have a detrimental effect on your health. Did I increase the speed? No, speed is normal speed.
Hot.
That's very true, Sandra.
So, yeah,
She does overeat.
so much chicken.
I wonder how many
I put a
calories
lot of gravy, a lot of chicken.
this pot pie would be,
None of that
especially if you're
skimping
putting,
over here. New.
as I was gonna say, especially if you're putting in what she just said, a lot of chicken. That does change the equation.
Chicken. I put a lot of gravy, a lot of chicken. None of that skimping over here. New. Mm.
Argudi says she added water to caramelize onions. I remember that.
Okay, one more bite. This huge piece of chicken. Um,
And of
a
course,
little
the
bit of the
crust.
side crust. Oh, it's hot.
Living Life says, regardless if it is diabetic friendly, it's the portion control. She's already ate 3 times the amount she should have, which is true.
Oh, it's like a whole thigh.
Gentle Ginger adds, diabetic friendly if your diabetes is controlled. Yeah, that is also true. Hey,
It's
Mons,
so
what's
good.
up?
It's like half gone, I know. Well, a big chunk of it was gone.
What temperature is it there where I am? I think it was like minus 10 degrees Celsius. So, how much is that Fahrenheit? That is 14. So it would be negative 10 times 9/5 plus 32. So it would be 14.
Because of like Salah, like I said. But I did eat a lot of it. I like purposely. Sorry, someone messaged me. I purposely like starved all day almost so that I could eat this. What did I eat today? I had a tuna fish sandwich, my first thing. Then where we went, I shared a
Wait a second. Did she just say she purposely starved herself today so she could eat this whole thing? Isn't that a justification? And some people should know and understand it really depends on your body because you got to put things into context. Some people say that if they starve themselves, quote unquote, they'll lose weight. But sometimes starving yourself actually pushes your body to store more fat, which in turn makes you actually not only keep the weight, but gain the weight. But she was saying she had a tuna sandwich. Let me go back a little bit. She first says she starved herself, and then she starts talking about having a tuna sandwich. So let me hear this again.
tuna fish sandwich, my first thing. Then where we went, I shared a tiny size mango gelato with my husband. I had like a few bites, and then I had that's it. This is the next meal I had.
Tuna sandwich and a gelato does not sound like starving, Foodie Beauty. That sounds like a meal, at least one. Is that starving to her? It's like, yeah, guys, I didn't eat anything today. I just had like a tuna fish sandwich and a sheer gelato.
Mm.
Nothing at all, guys. What are you talking about? Sandwich isn't a meal.
Okay, this is the last bite. I'm still hungry. I know people think I'm trolling or I'm not serious.
Tiger Talks is right. It's actually better to eat earlier in the day than later. As Target Talk says, every single fat person I know does not eat breakfast. Lol, and when I was fat, I didn't eat breakfast either. You utilize calories better earlier in the day. It's a scientific fact. It is. It is, in fact, scientifically proven that one, should eat breakfast because it is the most important the meal of the day because you're literally breaking your fast. Not technically, you're literally breaking your fast. That's why it's called breakfast. And if you eat your breakfast, you will utilize and burn those calories from your breakfast throughout the day. Then you eat in lunch and skipping breakfast, or maybe even skipping lunch and breakfast in eating dinner. As Target Talk says, it's scientifically proven.
I am very serious. I literally walked for like probably a good 3 to 4 hours today, and I barely sat down.
I don't believe.
Um, I just like from I don't know if it's from walking so much or just not eating a lot of junk food. I My stamina to walk is like I don't even feel any pain. It's crazy.
She doesn't feel any pain when she's walking. Actually, if you're not feeling any pain, that means you're not doing it right. Because if I was her weight and I'm walking like that, I'm gonna feel pain. If I live a sedentary lifestyle and I start to walk a lot, you're gonna feel pain because there's certain muscle groups you haven't been using to a certain level that you're now using. And when you do that, you are gonna feel some sort of like soreness, tenderness, or yeah, pain. Kind of like how if I start writing, uh, if I start doing penmanship again rather than typing things, like let's say I'm doing an essay, and instead of typing it, I start writing it out. My hand is gonna hurt. My fingers are gonna hurt because I haven't used those muscles in that capacity in like decades. And this is literally being the case for me. If I write for an extended amount of time, my hand starts to hurt because I have not used those muscles I used to use when I used to write way back in the day without the tablets and phones and computers. Used to do things by hand. So even with myself, I've noticed, oh crap, like my muscles are sore because I haven't done this in like the longest time.
Mm.
Actually, Cypher, well, it really depends because we have a lot of muscle groups in our hands, right? Because there's pinch strength, then there's grip strength, right? And various some muscles will overlap, but yeah, there isn't there a third one? There's pin strength, there's grip strength, and then there's a third group when it comes to your hand, generally your fingers and your thumb. I can't remember, but yeah, there should be three. But you're talking about if you fap, you work the same muscles, kinda technically, but some muscles overlap, but it's a little bit different.
Oh,
Fapping and writing
that
almost
was
the
good.
same thing.
Okay, now I'm starting to feel it. Feel full. But you guys were right when I asked you about like the if chicken thighs would be good in this. And those of you who said it's better, it's so good with the chicken thighs. And the crust
You swore you said pin strength. No, pinch. Pin strength is a category that can be tested versus grip strength, which is another category. I guess sure there's a third category, but for some reason I can't remember. Hmm.
is so brown because of the whole wheat, but the whole wheat flour, it adds like an extra bite to it. It adds like another layer of flavor to the crust. I put some egg wash on it. Yeah, it's very flaky. I love it. Perfect. I'm so happy it turned out well. So I'm gonna go put this divided up into containers and if I can find the lids.
Right, Charlie's mom, I guess she was surprised about making the chicken pot pie with thigh meat. I'm like, meat is meat, right? I'm sure yeah, there's other pot pies you can make out of all types of meat.
And put it away
Meat
for
is meat, right?
tomorrow's lunch or whatever, dinner. I don't know.
I love that she gives us extra information that we didn't ask for or should generally be irrelevant to the situation. Why are you telling us you're gonna pack it up, what you're gonna pack it up with, and that is gonna be eaten tomorrow? Foodie, we know you. You're gonna finish that off later tonight or during the night when you get up. You're hungry. You want more of that delicious pie. You're gonna sink your serving spoon into that pie, finish the pie off, and have thousands and thousands and thousands of calories more in a 24-hour period. We know this.
Anyway, I was very hungry. Actually, now I can. Yeah, I need to slow down because it catches up with you. I'm gonna sleep so good tonight. I'm gonna have a hot shower and then just get into like comfy PJs and relax. And I'm gonna finish watching Cape Fear. I started watching Cape Fear. That is
Thanks,
such a
Beverly.
messed up movie. Like I couldn't get over how good of an actress Juliette Lewis is. I was like, wow, she's a really good actress. She's always been a good actress. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, thanks for having dinner with me and seeing my pot pie. I'm very proud of it because pot pie is something I always dreamed of making. You know, I always crave it. It's one of those foods I crave regularly. And now that I can make it, I'd say it's fairly easy.
Okay, Beaker is saying pho. Usually people pronounce it pho. Pho is a healthy food she could eat, but probably not haram. That's kind of like me saying yakuza when it's yakuza. So usually if somebody says pho, I don't say anything, but I typically will say pho as it's supposed to be pronounced, right? But
You
yeah,
get
pho is pretty good. I would say kanji, but then again, kanji has like a lot of rice. But I really do like kanji, so I will exclude kanji from this. Pho is really good. I guess the chicken pot pie, not the way she made it though, not at that portion.
get the hang of it. I'm happy I can make it now. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
All right. For those who are just came in maybe a couple minutes ago, I'm gonna put this on repeat. There may be a few things I missed. Who knows? But here we go. Foodie Beauty will do super long live streams and these super short
I'm going to say
videos.
Bismillah.
What can I do about this? But to repeat, Crystal hasn't really been doing anything except for community tab posts. No videos lately. So with that said, let's go another round.
Yeah.
Dollar's a plumber.
Well, hello, guys. Hello. I'm super hungry, so I'm going to say Bismillah and dig right in. Okay? Yes. Oh my gosh. Look at this crust here.
What kind of
As
plumbing
you can
does Sladley
see,
do?
I'm eating hot pie. Look at the chicken. Mm. I need to open a restaurant. I
Sure.
make the best pot pie.
Can you imagine Foodie Beauty at a restaurant that she's opened, and when you want your meal, she'll tell you to shut up, or she's tired, or maybe she wants to go sleep, or maybe she wants to close the place early, or you get your own food. Does she know that the hustling you have to do in the restaurant business, what happens in the back in the kitchen, the types of bullshit that people have to go through, how fast you have to do to make the meals? You gotta attend to multiple meals at the same time. If you are any, you know, kind of chef, whether you're the sous chef, etc., etc., etc. She has no idea. It's just ideas being blurted out into the ether.
Now,
You don't like that there's oil in the pie, Pam?
my pie crust is made with oil, not butter, not lard,
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too, as well, Pam, that there isn't like stacks of cheese
and
on the
full wheat
top.
flour. Super flaky. Mm. And I'm eating out of the dish because I just feel like it. Beauty bite. So there's chicken thighs.
Do I still cover Dragon Lord Frodo? Yeah, but Dragon Lord Frodo has been actively ignoring my ass, Alexis. I was thinking of looking into things that he's been doing lately, and DLF doesn't even respond to me anymore. Before he'd go out of his way, these days he doesn't do anything. Yeah, I wonder what kind of oil. I guess that does make the difference.
Corn,
I
beans. Like
I see Shock Factor. You did your own React. All right then. Well, if people want to check out your React, go ahead and check out Shock Factor.
green beans, carrots. Oh, My homemade gravy.
That is true, Beachy. She would never pass the inspection. So true. DLF is working.
I'm not gonna eat this.
Talk about changing your life, right? You moved. In fact, everybody's kind of moved beyond. Anybody that's moved beyond Foodie Beauty or moved past Foodie Beauty kind of has better their life because DLF was pretty obsessed with Foodie Beauty. Like he would, watch her videos. She would go and mod for him. He's moved past that. That was in the past now, quite in the past, and he's doing better. Then we have Pete's. Pete's is doing better. And who else? BB is doing better.
This whole thing, don't worry. And I made my own pickled cabbage. So the trick is, guys, do not throw out your leftover pickle juice, okay?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Nikki. Okay, I guess it's news to some people. Yes, Foodie Beauty used to be a mod for Dragon Lord Frodo. If you didn't know, now you know. She used to go over there and hang out in his live streams when he would live stream quite consistently.
I added cabbage, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit more vinegar, and a bit of honey. It's been in there about 30 hours. Oh, and garlic. It's delicious.
Okay, 30 hours for cabbage. Wow. Okay. Is that accurate? Can you do 30 hours for cabbage and it's pickled well? Cuz I haven't pickled anything. Hey New Yorican, what's up?
Hi. It's so good. So my gravy essentially milk, water, chicken stock, the chicken drippings from the legs, salt, pepper, onion powder, 7 spice, a bit of Parmesan.
Hi there, Onyx.
Worcestershire sauce.
Thank you, Heather, for telling me that pickling is quick and easy. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's just certain things I don't know. Shout outs to Timber. Happy birthday, Timber. I got my girl here, Lola. I don't know what's up with this baby girl of mine. She is so in my lap regularly these days. I don't know. She just likes to cuddle up with her dad and sit in my lap and purr all day. She's such a cutie, though.
And there's so much chicken and black pepper. Not that salty.
She loves me. Lola is super sweet. She is like an amazing kitty cat. Yeah, I think she does love me. A little bit. Sometimes she acts like a typical cat sometimes, other times she is so lovey-dovey. Who's PG? Oh boy. PG would be Purple Glitter, wouldn't it?
There was already a huge chunk missing.
All right, let me look this up. Yellimy says excessive pickled items have a big negative impact in renal function in people with diabetes. I will look that up for sure.
That was my husband's portion. Now, when I was, I'm always used to eating those like Swanson TV dinners. You know the ones I'm talking about, the frozen ones that are like cardboard? They're pretty good though.
Was Swanson like cardboard? I never used to have that type of stuff. I think what I have had, of course, is craft dinner. I think every Canadian practically has had craft dinner. Other than that, I think it would be Michelina's, right? Michelina's would have some stuff, but I've never had Swanson that I know of, and I've never had Hungry Man that I know of. But I'm sure I think we've had this talk before: Swanson versus Hungry Man, and the good and bad of both.
Mm.
All right, so Heather is backing this up. She is saying pickling deteriorates renal function in diabetics.
My
Thank
new
you.
favorite thing is pickled cabbage. Um, the whole wheat flour doesn't taste much different than the other one, than regular white flour. And it has a lot more fiber and nutritional benefit. But this gravy is so creamy. Mm. Oh,
What did she say has a lot more fiber?
and nutritional benefit. But this gravy is so creamy. Mm.
I
Oh,
mean, you might be right, WF. Hey, Shannon, what's up? The
it
WW
also has a bit of
flour?
flour and butter for the roux.
Okay, I see.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's about it.
Whole wheat. Gotcha. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Charlie's mom. You think she'd kind of not use her hands there?
Hi. My cat's just staring at me like, what are you eating? Whoops.
What is she eating? She's eating chicken pot pie
Here.
and pickled
So I
cabbages.
used to
If
eat
you're
the
just coming in,
Swanson's dinners. The Swanson pot pies. They're like a dollar. They used to be like a dollar. Now with inflation, they're like 2.50 or something. I'm not paying that. I'll just make my own pot pie. Mm. The
are
crust.
Swanson's actually pretty good? Let me check up how much it is for Swanson dinner in Canada. Let me pull that up because 250 for Swanson. I think it'll be more. All right, so we got Swanson fried chicken at 378. Swanson Salisbury steak at 404. Swanson's boneless pork $4.04, and turkey dinner at 378. I guess that's okay, but you shouldn't overeat all that stuff, right?
It turned out so good.
The preservatives and whatnot.
I'll never use another crust recipe. Mm. Never.
You know who I want to see cook more than I want to watch Foodie Beauty cook? Like Pete's. Like Pete's was a mess. It was funny when he's not trying to be funny in the kitchen. Like that was some good interactions we had months ago with Pete's. Actually, I shouldn't say months ago. It's not even months ago anymore. It's like over a year ago because he moved in on the 1st of November 2022. Can you imagine it's been that long? It's been like 15 months. Holy crap, time just flies. Or I
I
remember
did
those days.
so much walking today. My stamina is insane. I love it.
Can we revisit his cooking videos? I think so, Wig. We're gonna do that. I think that would be great. Like there are some classics that I just wish Pete's would cook again because he was getting better. Coming from a guy that never boiled an egg before, never mopped the floor before. He was actually making pretty good process. I think his reluctance to cook because the couple's room was right next to the kitchen is just complete bullshit because I'd still be cooking. You're paying to use the house. Why not cook? It doesn't matter if the couple's bedroom is next to the kitchen. You're not going to disturb them. Tiger Talk says whole wheat flour is no different than white in the same is the same amount of carbs. She just so dumb.
The more you do, the more you can. It's 100% true.
Yeah, would that be classified as medical misinformation if you're saying that you're walking and losing weight and you're truly not walking and you're truly not losing weight, but yet you talk about all the medical benefits of what you are doing that you're actually not doing? Would that still be classified as misinformation?
Hmm. I think I'll have to freeze some. Or just eat it like over the next few days. Hmm.
She's not gonna freeze them. And she is a pathological liar. If you didn't get it when she used to tell lies when she would see nads and say that she didn't see nads, when she was making up stories on nads, and not that I'm trying to defend nads or anything, but making up stories on somebody that and saying they were doing stuff that they didn't is actually pretty disgusting, no matter who it is. If you didn't think she was a pathological liar when she would repeatedly tell us she wasn't doing weed in Thailand, and we're like, "Hey, tourists can do weed in Thailand. You're doing weed in Thailand." She's like, "No." And then we figured out that she was also doing it in Canada. Shout outs to those who really picked that up. I kind of didn't say anything because I was holding out hope that she was telling the truth. But then again, Foodie Beauty is Foodie Beauty, right? So if you don't think Foodie Beauty is a pathological liar, I don't even know what to tell you. To be honest with you, she's lied about so many things. Everyone that comes in says the same thing. Why is she eating out of a family size serving dish? Because she can. That's a huge ass pot pie with filled with meat. No wonder it looks a little bit dry.
There's no
That too, a sense of wonder.
bottom crust. It's just top and the vegetables and chicken on the bottom. That's it.
Take care, Kitra. Have a good one.
It's so good. I wanted to film it, but we got home later than I thought. It was pretty much already dinner time by the time we got home, and I still had to like make everything from scratch. But first, I had to clean the kitchen, clean the dishes from the last time I cooked my previous meal, and I just did everything super fast. If I had
Sure.
filmed it, I would have had to get dressed.
Explanation, very in depth explanation as to why she didn't film her cooking this pot pie. As somebody said before, and as I've stated, if you're going to give that much information, that detail of stuff, rather than just saying, hey, you just didn't want to do it, you didn't feel like it, typically that would mean you're lying.
Like, I mean, I would have had to stay dressed. I could eat the whole jar, but I'm not going to. Self restraint. Not something I'm very familiar with, but
Exactly. She isn't
I
familiar.
gotta learn.
Completely
Right,
unfamiliar.
BBEN? All right. Let's see this crispy crust here.
Look at what fat activism has done. Has anybody seen a lot of videos circulating about how the haze movement individuals, like a lot of people who are into like not necessarily just body positivity, but there are like bigger influencers out there that are teaching or trying to put out statements that you can be healthy at every size, but you can't, though it's scientifically proven that based on, your sex, your background, your height, you're healthy at a certain weight and size. And I've been seeing how a lot of these influencers have been passing away because they're doing this fact activism thing, which is cool, but then they are dying, and they're dying because they're just that not healthy. So I can understand that, hey, you might like a person who has more weight in them, like not necessarily healthy at every size, but you can be attractive at any size. Like there's people who like bigger ladies, bigger guys out there. I've heard it before. Ladies like, yeah, like big burly guys, like huge, stocked guys. And same thing with guys. I've heard that guys say, hey, I like a bigger lady. I don't like my ladies skinny. So, hey, you can be attractive at every size, but healthy is a different thing.
Huge chunks of chicken. Yeah. Mm.
Are the dying ones in their 40s? Yeah, some in their 40s, some in their 30s are goody. It's just a lot of people have been making these videos saying like these influencers are dying early, and it's not only with the HAES movement. Even the bodybuilder guys, there's bodybuilder guys that are dying in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s because they're not natty. If you don't know what natty is, that means natural. Like there's a lot of guys that are on enhancements like the roids and whatnot, performance enhancing drugs, right? The PEDs is what they say they're on. So there's a lot of guys that say they're natty, which means natural, and they're not. So it's not only for like the ladies that are like, bigger ladies. There's guys who are big guys that, show off that they have muscle, but they're cutting corners, they're cheating, and they also, yeah, or they're on the TRT, the HRT, the trend. Yeah, trend is bad for you. Yes, they're on human growth hormone, exactly. Testosterone replacement treatment, they're on that as well. They're on hormone replacement treatment, they're on tren.
So
They're
flaky. Mm.
you got to be careful with a combination of a lot of things because if you really don't have like a specialist there with you along the way, you can really screw up your system. Like your endocrine system could be completely screwed up. You really need to know what you're doing.
Mm.
Yeah, like Sam Sulek, yes. Sam
Fortunately,
Sulek is juice though.
well, you're probably thinking, no, it's not a good thing. I'm a fat girl who can cook when I want to.
That's
Ow.
sure, Goody.
Mm. Hot. So yeah, so much chicken. I put a lot of gravy, a lot of chicken. None of that
So the diet arc is
skimping
over.
over here.
I don't know, Camps. She might stir it back. You know how she rolls. She'll say it was only a cheat day for Taco Bell. She'll say, "Oh yeah, this chicken pot pie is healthy. It's diabetic friendly." and then she'll start back again. I'm surprised she hasn't gotten back into those pre-prepared meals. But she was doing that, I think, a day or two or three, like 2 months ago, when
New,
she
new,
got her
new.
values back.
Mm.
True. It looks like cinnamon on
Okay,
the
one more
top.
bite.
Some ways.
This huge piece of chicken. A little bit of the side crust. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's like a whole thigh. It's so good. It's like half gone, I know.
Right, target paw. A lot of people are saying that could, yeah, that could pretty much serve 4 people if they eat a lot, maybe up to 10 people. That is a lot of pot pie, is all I'll say.
Well, a big chunk of it was gone because of like Salah, like I said.
No, no, that is incorrect. A big chunk of it wasn't gone. That was a small ass chunk of that huge ass pot pie that you made, and I still don't even believe it was for Salah. I think she probably started eating before she turned the camera on. Yeah, you would say 6 people? I would say at least 4, maybe up to 10 people if they aren't, like, huge eaters, but yeah, you could even say 6 people easily, 8 people. Yeah, it's like a lot that is for a whole family.
But I did eat a lot of it. I like purposely. Sorry, someone messaged me. I purposely like starved all day almost so that I could eat this. What did I eat today? I had a tuna fish sandwich, my first thing. Then where we went, I shared a tiny size mango gelato with my husband.
True ones.
I had like a few bites, and then I had that's it. This is the next meal I had. Mm.
Yeah, that is not starving. Like we said, eating that sandwich and the gelato, that in itself, that's not starving.
Okay, this is the last bite. I'm still hungry.
And she doesn't share it true.
I know people think I'm trolling or I'm not serious. I am very serious. I literally walked for like probably a good 3 to 4 hours today, and I barely sat down.
That I don't
Um,
believe.
I just like from I don't know if it's from walking so much or just not eating a lot of junk food. I my stamina to walk is like I don't even feel any pain. It's crazy.
As bullshit. We can dissect this. This is layered on lies. There is no way that your muscles aren't sore or tender or you're not in any type of pain if you've actually been doing what you're supposed to be doing. Because by definition, if you're gonna lose weight and you are working muscle groups that you haven't worked because you've been living a very sedentary lifestyle and eating all types of like foods that you're not supposed to be eating, somewhere on you has to be sore because that is the representation of a hard day of walking or working out or whatever you're doing. For her to tell me that she's not sore or her muscles aren't tender, that just tells me she hasn't put in the work. At the end of the day, that's literally what Foodie Beauty is not doing. She cannot tell me she's walked for 4 hours straight. If I was in her shoes, there's no way. You just started, but yet you're walking for 4 hours straight. Can she comprehend what it actually takes for even a typical average person to walk for 4 hours straight and not take a break? No sitting down, no anything. If it's tender cipher, stop beating.
Mm.
Exactly, Target Talks.
Oh,
It's lies.
that was good. Okay, now I'm starting to feel it. Feel full. But you guys were right when I asked you about like the if chicken thighs would be good in this. And those of you who said it's better, it's so good with the chicken thighs. And the crust is so brown because of the whole wheat, but the whole wheat flour, it adds like an extra bite to it. It adds like another layer of flavor to the crust. I put some egg wash on it. Yeah, it's very flaky. I love it. Perfect. I'm so happy it turned out well. So
Tiger Talk says what she really meant is she was gone from the house for 4 hours and walked for 2.1 minutes. Yeah, something like that. We've seen her work out before.
I'm gonna go put this divided up into containers and if I can find the lids and put it away for tomorrow's lunch or whatever dinner. I don't know. Anyway, I was very hungry. Actually, now I can. Yeah, I need to slow down because it catches up with you. I'm gonna sleep so good tonight. I'm gonna have a hot shower and then just get into like comfy PJs
Okay, foodie.
and relax. And I'm gonna finish watching Cape Fear. I started watching Cape Fear. That is such a messed up movie. Like, I couldn't get over how good of an actress Juliette Lewis is. I was like, wow, she's a really good actress. She's always been a good actress. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, thanks for having dinner with me and seeing my pot pie. I'm very, very proud of it because pot pie is something I always dreamed of making. You know, I always crave it. It's one of those foods I crave regularly. And now that I can make it, I'd say it's fairly easy once you get the hang of it.
Bourgeois B says her lies only hurt her. She doesn't understand that part too. She thinks she's making these claims, these believable claims. But if you know about walking, if you know about exercise, if you know about diet and portion control and whatnot, you could see through all her lies. Yeah, and it's at the end of the day, it's gonna hurt her because she's the one that needs to be losing the weight. It's not even a want; it's like a need at this point in time for her, based on her levels in her system. But hey, that's just me. I'm not the one that's gonna have any consequences. Do you think we will see her eat this as leftovers tomorrow? Probably not. I think she's gonna finish it off. She's been finishing things off for years, and this is not gonna be any different. Pebbles, what's up? You're coming into the ladder of the stream, but it's all good. She's trolling her diabetes. She's trolling her limbs. She might be losing some anytime soon. Yeah, she's had multiple chances to switch it up and be fruitful in her endeavors to lose this weight, but it seems she ain't scared straight.
I'm happy I can make it now. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
It's all good. Pickle hobbies. What was she eating? She was eating pickled cabbage, which is actually diabetic friendly, as well as Popeye, which is diabetic friendly. But it really does matter the portion size, because we do have to take into consideration portion control because of the calories and whatnot. So she's eaten unhealthy levels of something that would typically be seen as healthy. Plus, you also got to factor in that she does not have her diabetes under control. So, one level, the Popeye is healthy, but the portions that she's eaten is unhealthy. factoring in the uncontrolled diabetes that she says she has under control. But I think to a certain extent, it's still all over the place and out there based on her eating habits and diet and whatnot. Like, why are you eating gelato? I guess the tuna sandwich is okay, but with a sandwich, it typically comes the bread, right? And with the bread, it translates into sugar. So that's also a concern for me. So with all of this said, she literally is telling you, "Oh yeah, she had a tuna sandwich, great," but that means you had bread, which would be the sugar, and then you had gelato. And is there such a thing as healthy gelato? I guess there could be healthy gelato, but typically, if you're gonna have gelato, it ain't all that great, especially when your diabetes is a huge concern that you could literally be done at any moment. Yeah, so she really needs to be careful. Hey, people, if you're just coming in, you can always watch the replay. I'm out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I do really appreciate you. If she puts out something else, which she possibly could be, or she could come live at any moment in time, hey, I'll be around and I'll be here. I'll be back. But thank you so much. I will be away tomorrow again. Actually, I might come around, but it's just I'm gonna have a very busy week. So thank you so much again, people. Really appreciate you. And take care of yourselves. Have a great one. Bye bye.